too starch just now. But there was to cut that place.
Yes, so my people, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good depend on the time you are going to watch this broadcast. We are here again to talk about the current situation of where what we are facing in our country today. Please, first and foremost, if you are just joining us, you can help us to share this live broadcast as I'm going to do right away. Help us to share so that people can know that we are on live, because we are going to be discussing some issue affecting uh, our country, Nigeria, and we'll be talking about politics, as we all know, uh, which we usually do here. So we want to talk about politics and what exactly is affecting us. Please, if you are joining us, help us to like this program and also help us to share. And don't forget, as we always do here, we also read about people's comments, because all we are going to be discussing here, we are going to be discussing about the issue concerning ADC, that is the African Democratic Congress, that is the party, that is the new party which we have in Nigeria today. And we are going to be discussing some important issue also about Peter Obi, because right now nobody know if Peter Obi is contesting or not, or under which platform that Peter Obi is going to be contesting. We are going to be looking all this as we discuss further. As a Nigeria approach the 2027 general election, political realignment, coalition building, a strategy, recalibration accelerating across the national landscape. One of the one of the one of the most frequent discussed possibility in a political cycle in a potential collaboration, or even a full defension, which we may likely to say, it's a possibility that political recycle is a potential collaboration, or even a full of defension between Peter Obi, the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, and the African Democratic Congress (ADC), a party historically positioned as a cyclist, youth inclusive alternative to Nigeria. Everybody was glamming that Peter Obi should be the eye opener to the younger one in Nigeria today. And all of us will see how the younger one, how they stand with Peter Obi in the last election. But it was very unfortunate that the power that been was not on his side, because we all know how the political situation, or how the politics are being played in Nigeria. So it was very, very unfortunate that the politicians, or the power that been, was not on his side. And then, analysts often debate how such a development could reshape Nigeria politics and dynamically. This topic, the strategy, ideologies, and electoral implication of a possible Peter Obi ADC alignment at the national move towards 2027. From governor to from national figure, which we all know that Peter Obi was once a governor in Anambra State. But today, as all of us can recognize, that Peter Obi has now becoming a public figure in a political scape, in a political ground in Nigeria, because it's hardly for you now to talk about, when you are talking of politics today, without mentioning Peter Obi. It's just like whether him or her, whether if that person is like somebody that has nowhere to go without mentioning the name of Peter Obi, because Peter Obi today in any political gathering, so it has become a household name for any politicians to mention. Peter Obi emerged into a national prominence as the governor of Anambra State in 2006 to 2014, earning a reputation of a physical discipline, investment in human capitals and data drawn from government by 2023. They transformed into a national phenomenon, particularly among the younger Nigeria and the Uber middle crisis, which all of us we know. The obedient, in which grow the obedient movement. uh, the mass movement supporting him grow into a decentralized a civil force advocating transparency, competent youth exclusion, and a departure from the two party dominant of the APC and PDP. So we all see the kind of power, the kind of zeal that Peter Obi proved in the last election. But right now, as it is today, we are seeing Atiku and Goodluck Jonathan. So no one of them, none of us now can really tell which party that Peter Obi, or under which platform Peter Obi is going to run in 2027, if he decide to run at all, because just like now the PDP and the ADC is like they are almost confused. They don't really know what to do about Peter Obi. So whether a decision for them for Obi to come into any of this party, no one know, or whether he's going to remain in Labour Party. But according to the decision, according to what Peter Obi said, and Peter Obi has said that he's still a member of a Labour Party till date. The mass movement supporting him grow into a decentralized service from advocating transparency, competent youth, inclusive, and a departure from the two political party in the APC and PDP. Restraining within the Labour Party. Since 2023 election, Labour Party has experienced internal leadership crisis, factional battles, and issues regarding the party structures and ideology. Consistently, many analyses urge that those tensions may prompt Obi to consider alternative platform in 2027, but we don't really know if maybe Peter Obi is going to take any move or going to take any decision to run for other platform in 2027. But since he's yet to decide, because the ADC has now been saying that Peter Obi should think or should reembark his opinion about going to Labour Party or taking a decision to stay with ADC. But who knows? No, Peter Obi is a great politician. It's an idea. It's somebody who will not want to maybe did any mistake or do something that will make me to regret. Because I believe that is watching carefully. Because in Nigeria today, we know how most of all those politicians, how they behave. And to me, I believe that Peter Obi will take a good decision when the time reach, or when they get to the time. Because the foundational philosophy founding in 2025, the ADC branded himself as a reform-oriented youth-driven party, focuses on a federal structure, technology, education, and participatory democracy, which they believe. Relationship with the youth movement, and which all of us will know that Peter Obi is one of among those that the youth put their trust in Peter Obi so much that whatever Peter Obi says today, it is what the youth will follow as of today. Because every one of us will know what happened in 2023 election, where, as we have said before, due to that, the power that being was not in his side. So that is why we find ourselves where we are today in Nigeria. ADC has historical collaborated with the group, civil society organization, and a technocrat network, aligning with the core values of the obedient movement. Now, we all know that that obedient movement is owned by Peter Obi, because the resolution of obedient movement came from the name Peter Obi, because it was the youth who created that name for him, just for him to have a big name. So, it was a very good idea, because Peter Obi came to landline as a surprise to most of the politicians we see today, because at the initial stage, we have somebody who said that who are those obedient movement, or who are those obedient guys? Are those not the people, four people tweeting in the room? So the first and foremost, they communalized the obedient movement and said that they have nothing. But later, they began to understand that it's not just ordinary movement, but it's something that is being serious. Please, I am highly telling you, or to ask a favor from you. If you are just joining us, you can help us to share this program. And if today is your first time of seeing our page, please do us a favor by liking our page, and help us to share this program. Uh, you see, it said why the ideas appealing to the party has a struggle with the nationwide grassroots present, and a strong electoral wing in a presidential election. However, the flexibility of opponents to reform the lack of entrance tenant godfatherism make it an attractive destination for technical politicians, actor like Peter Obi. That's what we said, that Peter Obi is a political actor, because when you are talking of the game of a political process, Peter Obi is not somebody that is new in politics, because we all know what happened to him during his time of a governor, because how the people, or the House of that's the House of Assembly that is in his own state, how according to the story we had, how both of them they cook up against him and remove him from the power. Then he had to sue them to court again. Then the court had to bring it back to power again. So you see, there is a reason why most of the youth that we are seeing today, why they are in collaboration with Peter Obi, because they believe that Peter Obi is somebody who have the same idea with the youth. Because due to what is going on in our country today, to me, I also believe that Nigeria needs someone who is very agile, or who is very young to have the capacity to rule Nigeria. Because those people in power today, well, I don't know, I cannot call them that maybe they don't know what they are doing, but it's like they don't know what they are really doing. ADC manifesto on accountability, anti-corruption, and human capital investment align closely with Peter Obi and long-standing movement physiology. Uh, where, unlike a Labour Party, ADC has a fever entrance function. It is more adaptable and more willing to structure itself around a strong presidential candidate. Strategy control. Joining ADC could allow Obi to negotiate for a complete restructures of the party, creating a more disciplined, nationalized platform, of which most of us we believe that that will give Peter Obi a great opportunity. Well, we are all yet to see, because at least there is still time ahead. But we cannot say that maybe there is time ahead, because anyone looking at it, 2027 is just like tomorrow. We can also see that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have started campaigning already, because for some days ago, I think there is a news who pop up and said that they saw the they have branded some cars and big board. For though the one of big board, that one is regular, but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have branded some car to politicians, which they have also used in campaigning. I think being led, that movement was being led by Hope Uzodinma, which they said that Renew Hope agenda. So, you will see that politicking and politicians have started campaigning in 2027. So, and upon all that we are seeing in our country today, upon all what is going on in our country today, it's like the politicians, they did not care. Can we say that they did not care, or they did not have the feeling, or they are not feeling the impact of what the people, or the people of Nigeria are going through? Because sometimes we also see that these politicians, the way they think, or the way they feel, their opinion, it is quite different from others. Where we don't really know what they are thinking about the Nigerians, because a lot of Nigeria are suffering today because of the error that these politicians have already made. Where we don't really know what is going to happen. Uh, all we want is that we want a better Nigeria. Johnny ADC could allow Obi to get negotiate for a complete structuring of the party, creating more discipline, nationalize a platform. That, as we have said before, ADC is open to a coalition building, meaning measures of the obedient movement with the ADC could lead to a brand third force capable of mounting a serious national competition. Because for ADC, they may likely to become likely. We are not saying that they are the opposition party, because today Nigeria, I don't think there is any opposition party, because as we all can see that PDP have already or almost collapsed of their structure to APC, because most people you see today, despite some of them are pretending to be PDP, but within themselves they know that they are no longer in PDP, so they belong to APC. So just by deceiving people, and we all know what the kind of role that Wike is playing in PDP. So it's the kind of game that Wike is playing. It's the kind of game that most people, they don't understand. It's just like it's taking the rest of the PDP unaware that they don't know what they are doing, but he's trying to play the smart game among the others in PDP. So meanwhile, he knows himself that he is working with APC. So it's a very big Nigerian politician. Some of them, they are in very big trouble, of which they have not yet realized. Peter Obi joining the ADC as a presidential candidate. In the scenario, ADC become the political vehicle for realized obedient coalition with a strategic alliance at a state and a regional level. Obi could transform ADC into a national contender, of which we all know what happened in 2023. Because as we know before then, that Labour Party was nowhere to be found until the obedient movement and until the wing of Obi swing into the power of the obedient that is a Labour Party. So everyone can see that immediately Peter Obi joined the Labour Party. So you see that the wave of that Labour Party changed, and the story of Labour Party became aware to all Nigeria. Even those who are not aware, or those who did not know their life, or who did not know Labour Party, they become Labour Party become a well known to everyone in Nigeria. Until now, you see that even most people who have benefited from Labour Party, just because of the kind of politics they play in Nigeria, and everyone can see that today most of them have now the camp to join the ruling party just because they have gained what they want. So this is why I'm also saying that in this next election, Peter Obi should also be very careful so that they will not use him and dump him again. Because Nigeria, we are always funny, because some of these Nigeria, especially the politicians, they are always looking for where food is ready, because as we always said in Nigeria, that some of them, they are food is ready politicians, because they did not want to work. But whenever they see that food is ready, that is the only place we see them appearing. So we are also asking, we're also telling Peter Obi to be careful this time around, because to think well before taking a decision whether he's going to join the ADC or whether he's going to remain in Labour Party, because we are not going to be talking of a PDP, because PDP, as we can speak, as we are speaking right now, it's like a PDP. They don't know where they are going, rather where they are coming from, because Wike is trying to cause confusion here and there, and this ADC too, because the way Atiku is also playing his politics. Who really know what Atiku, what is his need? Atiku, at least for now, to me, I believe Atiku should be one of the elder statesmen to stay behind the bar and start giving advice to those who I need, to the younger ones, how they are going to rule. But how will you expect 80-something years? Because by the time he got to 2027, I believe by then Atiku will be 83 years old. Then how can you tell that 83 years old man to come into power, to come and contest again as a Nigeria president? Which means by his first term, his first term of office, Atiku will be 86 years old. 86 years old. I don't really know what is wrong with African leader. What is African leaders' problem? Is there no other younger one in the country that can contest for the position? So this is the question that we need to ask ourselves. For my own opinion, I believe that Atiku should stop running. He should stop running. He should be an elder statesman to advise the young one on what to do when you are talking in terms of politics. So where we are just giving our opinion for here, although as in Nigeria, he has the right to contest. He has the right to do whatever he wants to do, because according to the law of Nigeria does not ban anyone to say that maybe it's because of your age, whether you are too old or you are too young, you cannot contest. Because it is this Africa that we are seeing a 90-something years old man. We are talking of Cameroon, whereby you can see a 90-something years old man as a president. And where we don't really know. We pray that Nigeria, such a thing will never happen. But if it happen, I don't think that Nigeria would the Nigerians or the youth will did anything. They will not do anything, because they will always say that leave them, let them complain. After complaining, the next thing the worst thing they can do is for them to say we not go gree, we not go gree. That is our language. After we not go gree for 1 or 2 weeks, everybody will stay his or her at home. So then from there they will continue. That is one thing one thing we always believe that they are doing. That is the Nigerian politicians for you. ADC could even dissolve into a new party built around the obedient movement structures of value. They were likely to build or mega to another party, because as a new party they need a very formidable people. Obstacles and strategies challenging fundings and structures. That's the most important thing when you are talking of funding and structures in the party. They will always tell you, yes, what structure do they have, who is going to fund the party. Most of them, they are looking for who will fund them. You can see that today, tomorrow. This is why PDP still have that kind of problem, because they know that when you are talking of funding, to me, Wike performed a very great role when he was the governor of Rivers State. So Wike performed a very great role in sponsoring or in funding the PDP. This is why you see that today Wike have the upper hand among other politicians who are clamoring to be the leaders of PDP, because Wike has upper hand upon them, because he was the one funding the party in all area when he was the governor. Even because he has challenged so many of them that if there's anything that they should challenge him, because he has done a lot for the party. So that is why some of them, they are even afraid to challenge him, to say that what Wike is doing is disturbing them or whatever. So that is just the problem the PDP is having. ADC lack the national organizations and the penetration required for the presidential race. Obi would need to build this quickly. Voter fastidious and opposition strategy. APC and PDP will testify message about voting splitting, seeking to portray a third force movement as a spoiler or rather than a contender. If any other party today now, people should call that okay, now let's form another party, or it's going to be a very big problem to them, because it's just like for him now to create a simple avenue for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to succeed in 2027. So we don't want such a thing. We don't want them to split. We want them to, both of them, to come together for the creation, that is for cooperation, both Labour Party and ADC, and even the few that are remaining in PDP. Both of them, if really that they are not interested in power seeking, I believe that both of them should come together and fight this fight and fight the unknown enemy, which is the APC. Despite that they are both the same. The north-south political balancing, Obi succeed would depend heavily on securing a strong alliance in the north, something ADC has a strategically struggle with. Internal realignment, rebranding ADC into a mass movement party could cause internal tension among its traditional leadership, of which we all know. He said the ADC in alignment with Peter Obi and national visibility. No figure in ADC history has command the national enthusiastic capable to be. His candidacy will instantly elevate the party visibility. Of course, we all know that Peter Obi has that kind of force that will bring visibility to ADC, because most people that we are seeing today, who was a Labour Party, because it's Peter Obi that bring that visibility to Labour Party. Because as I said before, nobody is aware that a Labour Party is existing until Peter Obi fly the color of a Labour Party. Because today now, I believe that Labour Party, Labour Party that people have been hearing today in Nigeria, when you're talking of in terms of politics, it's just because of the awareness of Peter Obi. Because it's Peter Obi that brought the Labour Party to the last line that we are all seeing today. The obedient movement grassroots energy could give ADC or presidential youth driving monomature, of which we all know that the obedient movement, which they collaborate with Peter Obi, they can also bring an awareness to both of them. Obi technocrat credential will boost the party perceptions among educational voter, diaspora communities, and Umba strength, which we all know that is a very good things for them if they really want to grow as a party. Well, we are just saying all this on our own, but we don't know the kind of a decision that Peter Obi is going to take, whether he may likely to go further in ADC or not, or is may likely to go further with the Labour Party. We don't one can say, but we are just saying all this on our own. But we believe that with time, when Peter Obi take a decision on what to do, then the people will know how to follow in. Well, this is just our own part, or this is our own little way that we have to contribute to this politics of Nigeria. Please, as I'm saying before, please, if today is your first time of coming across our video, kindly do us a favor by liking our page, and also help us to subscribe and share our video. Well, without wasting much of your time, because all we do here, we do not spend more than a half hour, because our time is running out of, we are almost running off of half of time. We kindly thank you everyone for joining us, and happy stay with us. We all know that today is just the beginning of this week, And we pray that wherever we go this week, at this hot time that Nigeria is going through, that every one of us will go in and come out safely in Jesus' name. We want to thank every one of you for joining us, and don't hesitate to join us in the next few hours from now. Thank you all, and bye-bye for now.